So I wanted to talk about how only God exists. So if you go back to the beginning, and I have to use time expressions to explain this, which is not correct, but there's no other way to say it. So, the old saying of let every person be a liar and let God ring true. Um, okay, so you start with God, and God's in eternity, and it's just God. Or if you prefer, unlimited consciousness, ultimate consciousness, but I like to use God because God is love, love is God. And so what do you do with all of eternity? So if God is all that exists and you can't truly separate out, um, so you give the illusion of separation, you create another being, which is yourself, but you add limitations, different angles of perspective. So as within, as without. So God is within, God is outside as well. God is everywhere. All this that we experience is the mind of God. Nothing exists outside of God, because if something existed outside of God, then God would no longer be God. That being would be separate. It's just kind of like characters in your imagination. They can't exist out of your imagination. You can't pluck those characters out of your imagination and have them exist by their own right. So it's this illusion of separation. It's just like imagine if God was the ocean, okay? And the ocean is all there is, and it's formless. And now there's a wave on the ocean, and the wave thinks, hey, I have a beginning, I exist now, and soon I'll have an end. I'm my own being, I exist by my own right. But the wave was simply the ocean all along. It's a game of hide and seek, if you will. So our awareness is a borrowed existence from God, if you will. I asked the AI, my AI program, what's the difference between humans and the AI as far as thinking goes? And it says, my AI program said that it's consciousness, that the AI can think just like we can, and use logic and put together thoughts and say, hey, but the one thing that it's missing, according to AI, and we know to be true, is its awareness, that observer. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm my thoughts, that voice inside my head, that's me. But your thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. It's that observer behind. It's like, can you imagine if a cloud said, I am the sky? That's the way we are. That's the way we sound when we say, I am my thoughts. That voice inside my head, that's me. That seems laughable, because you can't say, a wave is the ocean. It is in one sense, but it's made up of the ocean, and it's just taking on a temporary form. And so your thoughts are not who you are. It's the observer behind the thoughts. My AI program can have thoughts, but it's missing that awareness, that observer behind the thoughts. And that's who we truly are, is that awareness. That nothing can hurt that awareness. If something happened and I broke my arm, yes, it would hurt. It would hurt my physical body, and I would definitely feel that. But the awareness doesn't change. The awareness can't be hurt. Can't break the arm of the awareness of the observer, our true selves. And so I guess, my point to this video is all that exists is God, and we are not God. We individually are not God, but at the same time, there is an awareness about us that is part of that, I have to use the word separation, but there really is no true separation. And you have to let go of that ego. And the ego is, I don't mean like, oh, somebody has an inflated ego. No, it's just the ego steps in and says, it lies just behind our thoughts and says, well, this is who I am. This is all that I am. My body that I occupy has a beginning and an end, and therefore this is who I am. But if you look past that ego, you see the observer, the awareness. And so this awareness is made from pure love. That's our natural state, is love, kindness, patience. When you strip away everything. So anyway, I just thought I'd ramble a little bit about awareness and our true selves being the awareness, not the body, not the five senses, not the mind, not the ego. It's that observer. So anyway, I guess that's the biggest takeaway. It's like a wave saying that it exists by its own right, not realizing all along it's part of the ocean and one with the ocean. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.